Hello, trading is closed on April 24th, 2017. My last call over the weekend said Friday's pattern was basically positive, but it would be invalidated if we gapped down and undercut this low. There was a MEJT target at that price, so I thought that was a good likelihood to happen. I said if it didn't happen early, it probably wouldn't happen at all, because if it didn't happen, the next most likely scenario was that we would gap up and overtake this high, and of course that's what happened. Now, retrospectively, you can say, wouldn't it have been nice if instead of expecting a gap under this low, if instead we expected a gap over this high? And the answer is no, because even if you traded it, you wouldn't make any money today. And so it's a helpful rule that when you make a gap in the undesired direction, that there's no call, because for today no call was the right call because all the action happened early. Well, during the day MEJT said ultimately lower prices and higher prices would print. Here's the lower, here's the higher. We hit the upper target, that's resistance. This shows a target hit after its preferred time frame. Here it is. We've been waiting for this number since April 5, 2376.61. The high of the day is 2376.98, so we topped out at the MEJT resistance area. One of the curiosities of the system is that it's most useful not when the target is generated, particularly, but often much later, because the market never forgets the numbers. Now, there is a new MEJT target of 2372.13. That's my call for tomorrow. But let's see the significance of this big rally we got today. Well, this really is not a healthy rally unless we gap over this high. You gapped up, hit new highs, couldn't hold on to any of them. It calls for lower prices unless we invalidate it by promptly moving over this high. Now that's not too far away, even if this number prints, and it shouldn't be too hard to do. Let's look at the case for this high holding. First of all, as I've been saying, the system I'm working on for timing has a high of April 23rd. That was yesterday. There's no market April 23rd. That means either last Friday or today is the call for the high. There is a tolerance, but the system is calling for a high today. After a rally like this, what are the chances that we drop? Well, we have to look for other stuff. Here's a daily chart. You know, you need bar 13 to give you a sequential sell signal. Ideally, bar 13 goes over 8, but there's some variations where you get them early. Here's an early 13. Here's a 13 which is actually trading high enough to give a sell signal. Here's the stop loss, which was not hit today. We also got another possible 13 for the sequential sell today. Now, we could keep going over this line here. You don't know. But at least if we start to drop here, there's some credence to that. These DeMark things haven't worked too well on this rally, which is over 8 years, but they don't fail every time, and this is a DeMark sell signal on the daily chart. Now, I've been looking for this to hold, ABA, and then I would need something for a B, and then purple C starting down. Well, today's pattern is the first time I have something I can count to give us a B that makes good sense. If this is the end of purple A, and that's A, and that's B, you'll see that A and C are quite equal. And furthermore, to count C, it's a clear 5 waves up. That's obviously wave 3, can't be anything else. And if you look at the height of 1 and 5, they're really awfully close. So if we do stop here, we not only have a plausible wave count, we have a DeMark cell, We have a MEJT resistance area, and we have a pattern which tends to lead to lower prices with a lower target. The ideal situation, if I'm right about this, ideal but not required, is that we gap under today's lows. If we gap under today's lows and hold it, it's the market's way of saying this move was a false move. It leads to an island reversal, and that should lead to this high holding. We do have one higher priced MEJT target still out there, but the system likes to leave usually one failed target at major changes in trend. So I'd like to see that one not print. For tomorrow, we have a target of 23.7213. We have a possible top. It's not carved in stone, but if we gap down at the open under these lows, if that happens, I think it increases the odds dramatically that that count is the right count and that purple C down starts. If we overtake this high significantly, a lot of the reasons for expecting a drop go away. That's the nature of a resistance area. So it could all change even by tomorrow's open. But for now, we have lower prices and a good chance of a top here. We just have to see if we undercut these lows, particularly at the open, to complete the pattern. And that's today's call.